Sunday night. Tonight, people in an Ogden neighborhood are reeling from an overnight shooting. Police say a man in his 20s was shot and killed by officers after he pointed a gun at them and refused to follow their demands.
News specialist Shelby Lofton joins us from the Ogden Police Department tonight to break down the details of the shooting. She also tells us what neighbors are saying. Shelby?
Yeah, Dan and Debbie, this shooting happened around 1 o'clock this morning. The Ogden City Police Chief told us that they have been to this house for other calls involving this same man who was shot early this morning. Neighbors I talked to were very emotional over his death tonight.
I think it's upset us all.
People living on Eccles Avenue said they didn't expect to see this situation escalate in the middle of their street overnight.
Oh, it was so close.
Linda Larson woke up to find a bullet hole in her garage door. She says police told her it came from an officer-involved shooting next door.
We're just trying to kind of work through it, and discover what's really happened.
Ogden Police Chief Eric Young said a woman called 911 asking for help with an intoxicated man at her home who had a gun.
He told the female if she called the police that he'd handle it himself and take himself out when the officers came to the house.
Police said they know this man.
The same male had threatened to use firearms against himself and the police department.
Larson said she believes the young man was living with his mom in this house.
They seem to always be arguing and fighting and having troubles between them.
She's seen police at their door many times.
It's happened before. They've had problems before.
Chief Young said the man was standing in front of the house holding a handgun when officers pulled up.
The man pointed the handgun at officers repeatedly and ignored numerous commands to drop the firearm.
Chief Young said that's when all 7 officers fired shots.
They struck the suspect and he died immediately at the scene.
Police said at this point they aren't aware of the suspect firing any shots. They said he had previous violent felonies and was not supposed to have any firearms. All of the officers at this scene are on paid leave while the Weber County Attorney's Office investigates what happened on this road.
It takes a few days, a few hours to find out how we feel about things. We're all upset.
And Chief Young says he expects that the suspect's name will be released later this week. We also know that body cameras were rolling during the time of the shooting, and that video will likely reveal a lot more about what happened in that Ogden neighborhood early this morning. I'll send it back to you, Dan.
Yeah, unfortunate situation out there. Thanks a lot, Shelby Lofton, live for us tonight.